Today's program is brought to you by OTCStockShark.com. For the latest and greatest OTC and Pink Sheets information, sign up for your account at OTCStockShark.com. Thank you for tuning in to TBC Today. I'm Brandon Vincent.
And I'm Angelina Soriano. In U.S. news today, a U.S. program aimed at helping struggling homeowners avoid foreclosure has been oversold by the Treasury Department and is likely to be a failure when it wraps up in 2012. A report from the watchdog overseeing the $700 billion bank bailout. More recently, the Treasury has said that the 3 million to 4 million figure refers to how many homeowners would receive offers of a trial modification, not how many homeowners get an actual long-term modification. In its latest monthly report, Treasury said there were 1 million active loan modifications through February, and 169,000 of those have been made permanent. That was up from 946,000 active loan modifications and 116,000 permanent loan modifications through January. But just 2.8% of the 6 million borrowers with loans delinquent more than 60 days have had their loan modifications made permanent through February. And the number of homeowners with loans delinquent more than 60 days is rising far faster than the number of loans being made permanent each month. As of January, there were 5.6 million homeowners who were 60 days or more behind on their payments. That means about 400,000 more people fell behind on their payments from January to February, compared to about 50,000 who received a permanent modification in that same period. Approximately 2.8 million homeowners received foreclosure filings just in 2009, and millions more are expected in 2010, with some estimates predicting that the number will eclipse the already staggering 2009 number. Now on to Brandon with international news.
Thanks again, Angie. In today's international news, an Irish bishop resigned amid a Catholic Church sex abuse scandal, apologizing in a statement last Wednesday for any abuse that occurred in his diocese. Bishop John McGee of the Diocese of Cloyne said that he tendered his resignation to Pope Benedict on March the 9th. I've been informed today that it has been accepted, and as I depart, I want to offer once again my sincere apologies to any person who has been abused by any priest of the Diocese of Cloyne during my time as bishop or at any time, McGee said in a statement posted on the diocese website. To those whom I have failed in any way or through any omission of mine have made suffer, I beg forgiveness and pardon. 5 Irish bishops have tendered their resignation since December in relation to the scandal. According to Martin Long, spokesman for the Irish Bishops' Conference, the Vatican has now accepted 2 of them, that of Bishop Donald Murray on December the 17th and McGee's resignation as well.
Nothing is sexier than a strong, toned body. And nothing builds great bodies better than a genuine Bowflex home gym. Because only Bowflex home gyms have power rod technology, the secret to getting a strong, sculpted body fast.
I was absolutely seeing results almost immediately.
I love the results that I've seen.
It's probably the best home gym workout I've ever seen.
Call for a free DVD that shows how to get the results you want faster than you ever thought possible.
You can't diet your way to a body like this, but in just 20 minutes, 3 times a week, you can be a stronger, sexier you.
Have one delivered for $0 down and pay as little as $10 a month. Call now for a free DVD that shares the power rod secret of building a strong, fit body.
I think women with muscles are beautiful.
Those are Bowflex guns, that's right.
To get a Bowflex body, get a genuine Bowflex power rod home gym. Get started. Call now.
Thank you, Brandon. In health news today, Nordic scientists said last week they have found no evidence that screening women for breast cancer has any effect on death rates, adding to an already fierce international debate about routine testing. In a study published in the British Medical Journal, researchers from Denmark and Norway said reductions in breast cancer death rates in regions with screenings were the same or actually smaller than in areas where no women were screened. Last November, public health officials in the U.S. Preventative Services Task Force questioned the value of screening mammograms for women under 40 and suggest raising the annual screening age to 50. Breast cancer is the most common cancer in women worldwide, accounting for around 16% of all female cancers, and it kills around 519,000 people globally each year. Evidence now suggests that for every 2,000 women who are screened over 10 years, only one stands to have her life saved by the mammogram program, whereas the risk of getting an unnecessary breast cancer diagnosis is 10 times that. In women likely to benefit from screening, breast cancer mortality fell by 1% a year in screened areas and by 2% a year in non-screened areas. In women too young to benefit from screening, breast cancer mortality declined by 5% a year in screened areas and by 6% a year in non-screened areas during the same period. Now on to Brandon with Tech News.
Thanks again, Angie. In today's tech news, Google has cleverly decided to get around Chinese internet censors by routing all traffic through its Hong Kong-based site. The company isn't going to play anymore with a government that won't let people find information about democracy, dictatorship, or Tiananmen Square. But as a few people have pointed out, Google isn't completely consistent in its outrage. It has censored search results in one way or another all over the globe. CNN says there are 24 countries. Yes, there's a little hypocrisy here, but it's mostly forgivable. Decisions about what to censor in different countries always involve complicated judgment calls. Thailand censors information about making fun of the king. Complying with that is lame, but it doesn't cause active social harm. Censoring pro-Nazi search results in Germany, as ordered by democratically elected governments, may do some social good, so a blanket no censorship policy is extreme and unworkable. But here's an idea. Google should adopt the proposals laid out in 2007's shareholder resolution. Along with points about data retention, the resolution declared that Google's policy would be as follows. 1. The company will not engage in any proactive censorship. 2. The company will use all legal means to resist demands for censorship. The company will only comply with such demands if required to do so through legally binding procedures. 3. Users will be clearly informed when the company has complied with legally binding government requests to filter or otherwise censor content that the user is trying to access. 4. The company will document all cases where legally binding censorship requests have been made and complied with, and that information will be publicly available. The proposals are clear and sensible. 3 years ago, the company shot down the proposal in large part because it would have forced the company to pull out of China. According to Google's chief legal officer, we oppose the proposal because we don't think that at the end of the day it advances the causes of free expression and access to information. And pulling out of China and shutting down the Google site there is not the right thing to do at this point.
Thank you, Brandon. In fashion news today, Lindsay Lohan has stooped down to John Gosling's level. The troubled starlet is in talks to launch a new collection of handbags with the debunked reality star's favorite clothing line, Ed Hardy. Lindsay and the design team at Ed Hardy have mutual friends, and they knew she was interested in looking for a handbag license and partner. They thought she'd be a good fit, and so did she. The 23-year-old actress' new partnership with the company comes weeks after she was dismissed as artistic director for French fashion brand Emmanuel Ungaro. Lilo, who currently has her own line of leggings called 6126, reportedly has 3 collections in development with the LA-based clothing company, with many more expected in the future. Though Lohan dabbled in the handbag business when she modeled for Dooney and Burke in 2004 and again for Jill Stewart in 2007, this new venture with Ed Hardy would mark her first time working behind the scenes.
Thank you for tuning in to TBC Today. I'm Brandon Vincent.
And I'm Angelina Soriano.